And as I just mentioned, some GOP congressmen are voluntarily going into quarantine after one CPAC attendee tested positive for the coronavirus. The American Conservative Union made the announcement over the weekend, but stressed this attendee had no interaction with the president or the vice president, never attended the events in the main hall. But my next guest did, because he's the head of CPAC, and that's Matt Schlapp, ACU chairman. He joins me now from self-quarantine. Matt, I've never seen you on Skype. It's very interesting. I'm looking at you. You look pretty good. Is Mercedes holding a lamp to light you up there? You look pretty good there. Do you have any symptoms?
We have no symptoms. Let me tell you something. It's better than that. Not only do I not have any symptoms, none of these congressmen have any symptoms. None of my children have any symptoms. My 80-year-old mother doesn't have any symptoms. The 10,000 people that came to CPAC, Laura, we can't find anybody who has symptoms after having one case of the coronavirus. We don't have two, we don't have three, we still have one. It actually shows that this virus is very hard to contract.
Well, what's sickening, Matt, is that some on the left, not everybody, but some are hoping, actually hoping, that the president and his supporters get sick. I'm sure you've seen some of that trash on Twitter. But a Denver City Councilwoman retweeted and claimed solidarity with this post. Quote, "For the record, if I do get the coronavirus, I'm attending every MAGA rally I can." Another Twitter troll said, "The coronavirus has been detected at an attendee at CPAC, an event that many Trump officials attended. The Trump administration may have to be quarantined," which is actually good news for America. Matt, are you worried that because you shook hands with the president the day after this attendee was there, that somehow you passed it on to the president, thus you are going to be responsible for the whole White House shutting down?
The panic that I think too many people in the media tried to fan at CPAC, simply because out of 10,000 people, there was one person who was infected, I think was completely irresponsible. And I think that we've learned something after this CPAC experience. It can't be the conservative coronavirus, right? If the press wants to try to cover the coronavirus, they have to cover it wherever it goes, including to liberal events where a lot of Democratic senators and congressmen gather. And I think what we're going to learn with this virus is, yes, we all have to listen to our doctors and the healthcare experts, and that's what Mercy and I have been doing. But part of that is, if you're older or your immune system is compromised, you need to take special care. Healthy people that run into one person that may have the virus, we have to be careful about this idea that all of America has to shut down. And I think that's what we're going to realize as we move forward.
Hey, Matt, today it came up at this briefing, a fantastic briefing that the White House task force did late. This is exactly what they should do. Every day, maybe not that many people, but every day they should have it at the same time. It's very reassuring to people. But at this event, they press people, asking whether the president got tested. Did the president get tested? And they're like, no, I don't know if he got tested or not. But it's just like ridiculous. They're actually trying to argue that because the president's over age 70, that he is being, I guess, careless, irresponsible, and spreading it all around the world. That's implicit in the question.
Let me tell you, let's get to the facts. Once again, we were in the state of Maryland for CPAC, Laura, and we dealt with the public health officials in the state of Maryland who were fantastic. They did 2,000 screens all around the hotel. They found nothing. Several days ago, they came to us and said there is nothing to be alarmed about. Nobody's should be restricted from movement, no quarantines, right? That's responsible public health, calm thinking in a crisis like this. When I saw the president, CPAC, and the vice president, they're scrubbing their hands all the time. They're taking every precaution. Neither one of them is sick. None of these congressmen are sick. We had 10,000 people in a ballroom and no one got sick, even though the virus was there.
But Matt, what about the idea of, and we're out of time on this, but you know the individual, right? You know who tested positive? Okay.
Yep.
So when does the public's right to know trump that person's right to privacy on a health issue?
It's a great question, and you're the great lawyer, and there's a balance there. And if I think the public health officials thought that making the name public would have helped save anybody's health, I think they would have released it. But in this case, there was nobody with any symptoms at any time. Nobody got sick. because he was there. And so the balance they took was that it was better to hold confidentiality.
All right, Matt, they're trying to get Trump to cancel rallies and just stop campaigning altogether. We're going to get into this later in the show, but unbelievable.
Everybody needs to calm down. Calm down.
No, but isn't it convenient? No rallies, no campaigning. Apparently tweeting will also be, spreading the virus soon. All right, Matt, I hope you continue to stay well. Give my best to Mercedes.
We're fine.
All right, it's great to see you.